Where was he thinking term limit? That he could violate that, and the city council violated the law and re-elected him. He shouldn't have been.
But you see, the mayor's not working by himself to do his thing. The city council, the code bureau is behind all this thing.
Exactly. Well, that's why de Blasio gave them a bump. It's a corrupt empire. The whole thing is a corrupt empire. You're going to see some of these guys come out. I wouldn't give them a second look because they were part of breaking term limits. The law is the law. Don't do it. Rudy walked away. He could have stayed. We would have re-elected him, but he didn't do it.
He only had 2 terms at that time.
And he could have done it because we felt safe under him. But he didn't break the law. Bloomberg was arrogant and broke the law, and the city council helped him. And then when he leaves, they reverse it. What is that? That's that $35,000 increase that they got because corruption is continuing. So we got to break it down. Yeah. But this is not an overnight process. The guy that gets this job is going to have to work 7 days a week. This is not repair overnight. We have to address the security problem. We have to address the homeless issue and the crime right away. That's right away. Because you got bombs blowing up in the street, okay? People getting slashed, people getting fired. So we have to strengthen our police, equip them appropriately, address those community issues, strengthen the community, and invest in those companies and the private sector. We're going to see who's going to get on board. And we're going to make changes. Like I said, we're going to have committees come with the smartest mind. But most of them are going to be all New Yorkers that are not politicians. People with a vision, people that overcame obstacles, people that said, we could do it if it's this way. This is not going to be a government of politicians, but a government of the people, by the people, and that's what we're going to do.
Do a quick picture? Sharon?
Yep, I got it. Folks, thank you very much for your patience. We have 3 more speakers. Club President, Glenn Nocera. Club Treasurer, Dan Ramos. And then, thank you, Malta. That name just doesn't roll off my tongue. Folks, please stay patient. We would like to give each of our candidates a chance to speak. After all 3 have spoken, you may ask them questions. Also, we will have an announcement from Club Treasurer Dan Ramos as to the club's budget. Finally, we will have our nominations. All members in good standing are welcome to be nominated. All right? So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce my longtime friend, Mr. Glenn Nocera, Rock Nelson's College. When did I first meet you, Glenn?
95.
Was it 95? I want to say late 95, early 96, so
Far too long.
1 year. Yeah. My word, where did the time go?
You know, Alan apparently keeps following me around, and he's been my secretary in 3 organizations. Brooklyn College Young Republicans Club, when I was president there from 95 to 98. Brooklyn Young Republican Club, when I was there from 2011 to 2015. And now the Brooklyn Tea Party. Alan, stop following me, please.
Stop calling me out.
But thank you, Alan, for your service. We're all good. I do appreciate it. You're a great friend. With that being said, it's about community. Brooklyn Tea Party. We're here together today, so I thank you all for coming out today. Here, Darren Aquino to be hopefully our next mayor, and to help him out. And if you can help him out, that'd be great. As we move towards the next year of 2017, that's a big, important mayor's race. I know when I was president of the Brooklyn Young Republican Club, we had all 4 candidates at the time on the Republican Party speak. We had Joe Loda, John Catsimatidis, George McDonald, and Tom Allen at the time. And so we would like to give everyone a voice as we move forward throughout the year. We're going to give other candidates, obviously, a chance to speak. And let the Brooklyn Tea Party decide who would be a great choice for them to be the next mayor. I love what you had to say. So, but we need a you're very passionate. We do need someone that's passionate for the people to get us out of this muck that we're in, because we are in such garbage. It's disgusting how much money we pay, how we just constantly are sold a bill of goods, and we're sold down the river. That's why the Tea Party threw it in the river. So I'm running for the New York State Assembly, November 8th, 44th Assembly District, and I hope to whoever lives in the neighborhood to have your support. And if you don't live in the neighborhood, if you could support me in any way you could possibly do that, a small donation, whatever that is, $5, whatever it is, everything would be appreciated. I'll be posting up on our Brooklyn Tea Party Facebook page, and I guess Alan will send out an email with all the other candidates, and where you can mail a check. Mine's Friends of Glen O'Sara, and all the other organizations that will be involved with Malcolm. You have a right? So, Daniel, and we're going to have that sent out, and if you could help us out, whatever you could do would be appreciated. And thank you for all coming out. And with that being said, who's out next?
Mr. Ramos.
Daniel Ramos, our treasurer.
So I know that the camera is rolling and somebody else is putting it live on Facebook, so I'm going to keep my stuff very short and clean, even though a lot of you know that I am not politically correct. You know, seriously, I tell people that the bullshit of political correctness has to stop, because that's what's keeping our politicians from saying what really needs to be said. From someone to tell us we are in a shithole. They're not doing that. But if you look at the news, if you look at your neighbors, you're going to see that that's where we are. And that's where we're continuing to head. I mean, yeah, we have friends, we have family members who are doing well. But at the same time, what about the other 99.9%? How many here have been a New Yorker since the 1960s? Okay. Not that old yet. Okay. So I'm going to
feel 90. I'm sorry.
I'm going to talk about that, since I was born in the 60s, and those who raise their hands, look at their faces, and look at their knots. They're going to knot on things that I say, because it's going to be true for most cases. And one of the things is, no matter how much policing we have today, I feel less secure today than what I did back in the 60s and 70s. Because back in the days, you had this gangs, you had these people doing their crimes, but in most cases, it wasn't a random act. It was, you owe me $10, snap, okay? I exaggerate, but the idea is that it was not taking us out, us, the people. So that's the way I feel. I mean, Twitter, if you have Twitter, New York alert system, you're going to see that there are crimes happening every single hour. Some people have it, okay? Gunshots, people getting robbed, people being blown up and not being put on the news. It's happening. What are we going to do about it? We're going to do one of two things. We can continue with the status quo and continue voting blindly just because someone is out there that has been a career politician since they were in college. Or we can vote for someone who is going to make a change. Maybe not a career politician. I mean, for me, this is the first time I'm running for any type of office. I consider myself a non-career politician. At my age, I'm not going to continue running for office for the next 20 years. Okay? I'm going to do my part. Hopefully, I will do it right and move on. Where am I going with all this? What I'm saying is that because of this group here is why my name is on the ballot today. Because of this group here is because we have a chance, everyone here, have a chance to put our names on the ballot for the next year and the year after that. Two-party system, yeah, okay, we have more than two parties, but in reality, if it's not Democrat, Republican, you're not really running, right? You're not going to walk into the Republican office and say, hey, put me on the ballot, I want to run. No, because they have 100 people on the sideline that's going to say, I want to run for that district. It's for both sides, Democrat and Republican. But because of a group like this, grassroots, any one of us can come in and do something about it. So going back to my 1960, and I'm not too old and all that other stuff, how much longer are we going to take this crap? We know what has happened in the past. We know what the politicians have been doing, have been promising. Are we getting it? Who has looked at my website or my taglines or my flyers? Does anyone remember what it says at the bottom of it?
Something that you won't make promises.
Something like that. I don't make promises. I don't guarantee anything except that I will do my best. Why did I add that? Because from back in the days that I personally remember, every single politician gets up on this podium and start talking about, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and it will be done this way. And at the end of the day, nothing gets done because they get into office. I'm changing my words here because we are being recorded. They get into office and then they realize, oh crap, it doesn't work that way. I can't do that. Ooh, I promised too much. That's why I said, I'm not guaranteeing it. I will do my best. But don't expect for any politician to guarantee anything. Because once they get in office, they're going to realize that they're going to be resistant. There's going to be backlash. There's going to be people pushing you back every step of the way. Now, a point that I've heard, hopefully our future mayor, say is that we need to work with the people. I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur most of my life. One of the other taglines that I say is that we need to get rid of the pay-to-play because a person in my level cannot afford a pay-to-play. I cannot afford to doing a $100,000 kickback, a $1 million kickback. So we need to do away with that so that we all have a fighting chance. So we all have a chance to succeed in business. So instead of having a contract and bringing in a company that's 3,000 miles away to do X, Y, Z, whatever that may be, painting the bridge, fixing the road, doing the technology. See, I told you, air raid. Air raid. I told you, my speech is...
I'm going to get my civil defense helmet that I have in the 1950s in my house. My house over there.
I took it all the way, you know. So, that brings flashbacks.
Remember when they used to do that?
Oh my goodness.
Drop under the desk and...
Yeah, I remember that.
I know they did that.
So I say that we hire local people. I have a project on First Street. Who lives or works on 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th Street? I want those people to work on this project. I don't want the 3,000-mile company to come in to work on that project. Come on, man. We need to work with New Yorkers. That's the bottom line. There's not much else I'm going to say. I mean, my experience in the past 6 months doing this running for office thing. If you decide to do it, and I hope that everyone decides to do it, these are the guys to talk to. This is the first line here. Don't expect for the entire Brooklyn to jump on board and say, hey man, I'm with you. I'm gonna back you up. Here's a $100,000 check. You know, put out all the flyers you can. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't work that way. Getting a donation, and I said this to many people, it's like pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth. You're also running for something, right?
That's right, that's right.
What name and position?
I'm Ramona Johnson and I'm running for state
41st.
assembly.
Okay. So
I have to say hi to
it's like
Gwen. He's
it's
so
like
good
pulling
to me.
teeth. Because granted, not everyone has it like that. And I understand. No big deal. You don't have the dollar, you don't have the $5 to donate, that's okay, man. I'm not going to go behind your back. Yo, you got the thing there for me now? You got the $10? You got the $10 for me? I'm not going to do that. But those who can need to say, you know what? I met this guy. I like what he had to say. I'm going to go ahead and give that $10. That $10 is not going to buy me freaking posters all over MTA, but it's going to buy me that extra advertisement on the internet. That $10 is going to buy me an extra 10 eyeballs or 100 eyeballs on the internet. That 100 eyeballs might make a difference. So,
Tell them what this is right for.
50 seconds. 50
Where's
seconds.
that?
Where is that? Park Slope, Gowanus, Red Hook, and Brooklyn Heights. No, not Sunset. Brooklyn Heights. So, another thing, and I'm just going to diverse a little bit here and talk about my experience with what I've experienced here with the running of this. No more than 4 minutes.
Why do you want to run for treasurer though?
I'll answer that in a minute. The way the system is made, we are told, hey man, you know, okay, we like what you said in our meeting. Go talk to the boss. Talk to the boss. The boss likes what you said. The boss gets you on the list. Your name gets on the petition. If you succeed, the petition becomes, your name gets on the ballot. That piece of if you succeed is one of the most difficult thing that I've ever done in my life. Okay? I received a pack of over 5,500 names. Names, address, telephone numbers, everything. And then I was told, here you go. Okay, what's next? Knock on doors. All right, you know, I can do that. Everyone who's running for office here can tell you, knocking on doors, it's like, it's like doing a job that does not work. You knock